So let's talk about UFOs. By this time, there seems to be no doubt that we have some crazy shit flying around in the sky, seemingly without any concern for the laws of physics. So let's assume that's real. Now you have to ask yourself the next question. Do you really believe that they're from another planet, another solar system, another galaxy, another dimension? Now, I'm not saying they're not, but let's face it, there isn't an iota of proof that they are, unless you're willing to believe a lot of cheap grade Z flying saucer movies from the 50s, which I love, but don't see as prophecy. Do you think some low-budget exploitation filmmakers in Hollywood were visionaries? Do you really think they got it right? Do you think Plan 9 from Outer Space is a documentary? Okay, now you have to ask yourself the next big question. Do you trust your government? After the last few decades, you'd have to be insane to trust our government. They lie, they distort, they obfuscate, and they conceal the truth on every other major issue. Why not this? And yet the obvious truth is pretty much ignored. During World War II, the Nazis were developing experimental aircraft and weaponry. There are photographs, there is documentation. Many of these aircraft resembled what we call UFOs. Werner von Braun was the head of this Nazi program, and it's not crazy to say he was responsible for tens of thousands of deaths, including Americans. So what happened at the end of World War II? Were these murderous Nazis gathered up and put on trial? Come on, is Trump in jail? No. Despite the mass murder of Americans, Werner von Braun and his merry band of murdering Nazi scientists were given a free pass to come to America and apply that technology here for us. This was called Operation Paperclip. This is not a theory or conjecture or conspiracy. This is history and this is fact. Do the Americans want to admit this? Did America admit the Tuskegee experiments or MKUltra? Do we know the truth about the murders of MLK and JFK? Yes, there is something in the sky, and yes, we can't identify it, but somebody can. Somebody knows. If history, even up to today, tells us anything, the American government would rather keep the public ignorant and confused, and when that fails, get ready, they will declare war against the imaginary aliens before they ever admit the truth.